what we have want to just bring up now is an exciting initiative that we're working on in the club, and Joe's very much part of that. But we're looking at taking a group of women, anywhere between 6 to 10 women, to Singapore in October. We hope in October for a business development tour where you'll get an opportunity to share about your business, to learn some principles around being export ready. And Joe, we've asked her to be the project lead on this. So we're just at the moment, exploring some funding options and an itinerary. But Joe, I just wondered if you could take 30 seconds, a minute, to just give us a bit of a teaser of some of the things that you've got on the go there. And I guess in particular, I was thinking about how you have found that there is interest in people wanting to know about Kimberley Indigenous women and their businesses.
100%. So since we have started sort of discussions around this concept of a trip over to sort of explore what export into Southeast Asia and then onto global export looks like, is well, again, like I said, I've moved here from a farm where I have to like physically drive to have social contact with anyone, whereas now I live in a city that I can like not help but like crash into people and conveniently, strategically put myself in their way to talk to people. But whenever I have been bringing up the concept of bringing a group of Indigenous entrepreneurs that are living in northern Western Australia to Singapore to explore pathways to markets and export opportunities, people are falling over themselves because it's just not something that happens very regularly here, and they see the value in the products and the services that you creating and building and developing and selling, that people are just like more than willing to help. So, for example, I had breakfast with the High Commissioner from like the Australian government who lives here in Singapore, who was like, I love this. We would love to host an event at the High Commission where all of the women can come and we can get decision makers in the room for different sort of export opportunities. I've been working with the general manager of the Australian Chamber of Commerce in Singapore, which is called AusCham for short. She sees huge opportunities not only to be able to introduce the women that come to potential customers, but also she sees huge value in the educating side of things and the opportunities and networks that you can provide for businesses in Singapore who are not looped in with what working with Indigenous business owners are like. They're not up to date with how to do it. They are preconceived notions and biases and all of these sorts of things, and there's a huge opportunity she sees of getting these businesses in the same room as these new businesses, and that the learning is very much going to be two ways. I've had one of my friends that I've met through my kids' school. She runs this amazing gym in Singapore that is a cognitive gym, so that while you're at the gym working out, you're doing different sorts of exercises like throwing a basketball into a hoop on a moving floor thing. She's like, come and have a session. The girls can come and have a session. The idea of having learning lunches, we've got a plethora of people that have volunteered to do sessions with the group, from a GP around sort of talking about sort of managing your self-care and things while you're in business and what that looks like, through to access to capital. So with Austrade, they're really interested in running a session where like actually looking at what the Australian government can do and help with those pathways to market. There's a plethora of people. I'm meeting with people every week that are looking at different ways to help, and some that would extend beyond the trip as well. So I've been talking with an art director who works every year to bring Indigenous artists over to Singapore as part of Art Week here, but also with a number of galleries who would be super interested in hosting exhibitions and have event spaces attached to their galleries to be able to do different things. So like I said, there is so much opportunity and a real appetite for the things that you're already doing. And there is a huge amount of resources and assistance that is available to sort of help, even if you're not really ready to go, but to get you ready. And very much that it won't just be those that go on the trip that get to benefit from this. There's a lot of opportunity in the lead up to, post doing it. I've actually been trying to track down some funding of what it would be look like to have a filmmaker or a documentary maker come along on the trip to actually film the whole thing, and to be able to create a resource that can be used by other members of the group, but also other like female Indigenous led businesses across the country as well. Because the more I'm talking to other women around the country, there's a real appetite for them to want to work with you as well. So on a Australia basis as well. So I get like super excited. It's so cool because like everyone's really excited at the concept of you guys coming over.
It's excellent. So good. And so what we're going to do is put out an expression of interest form, and so you're welcome to put your details into that, and we'll keep you up to date. And probably in about another month or so I'll do a separate session with Jo, and we'll start to give you some more specifics.